Thank you so much, and thank you, Jeremy, for your comments. And I promised you I will not be long. I was honored by the organizers to read the political statement of this meeting. But before I do that, I will just mention a few comments. First of all, somebody spoke about the so many images we see from Gaza. And of course, I see a lot of them. But you know, sometimes one particular image really breaks your heart. And the one that broke really my heart and put me completely astonished was the scene of a 2-year-old girl who was shot in the abdomen. And if anybody wants to see that image, I'll show it to you. And then the look on her face. Somebody was trying to stop the bleeding, and the look on her face, the confusion, the fear. No child ever should go through that. And I think when you see all these images, please don't get used to them. Don't get used to them. Because each case is a person, is a human being. These people are not numbers. Second, I think during this wonderful day, and I really appreciate what the organizers have done so well, we've heard so many experiences, successes, initiatives, and also learning lessons from failures. And lots of lessons to learn from, and that is really appreciated. And we also heard about fantastic and excellent models of cooperation, in particular, what you have built here in the United Kingdom, in Britain. This really stands up as a very good example of how coalitions should be built and how they should work together. What this day has proven is that we need such a platform, a global kind of alliance, to unify and coordinate so much good work that is done, and also to exchange experience. I think many of us learned today from each other, from hearing about the other experiences. I think what we saw today is a great amount of variation of so many different activities, but also a wonderful amount of energy in support of Palestine. And I reaffirm what we said in the beginning of this conference, which is the need to attract even more young people, because the young people really bring in a lot of new energy. And some people spoke about simple messages and short messages and so on. That's what we've been trying to do during the last 2 years. And if you can join the so-called, they call it X now, the Twitter we have, I think you will find a lot of daily messages, short messages, specific messages that come from Palestine that you can use in your work. And I think what was said from the Finnish, by Taina from Finland is very important. She emphasized that if we hit the mainstream media, we can really influence media everywhere. So that is very informative to me. And it means we should really concentrate on that. One more point about, somebody mentioned about the Israeli opposition to Palestinian struggle, claiming that this is a religious fight. That's something we have to fight to stand up against. And we have to show that this is not true. And I think bringing in here, I suggest, I think, for the organizers to consider bringing in as many, like Frank, many of the Christian groups that are active in solidarity, but in particular Christian groups in Palestine. They are doing wonderful work, and so many churches are participating in that. I think this will put the Palestinian issue in the right direction. Of course, what was said about the success of the struggle in Ireland, in South Africa, and I add to that in Vietnam, gives us hope and gives us optimism. And I think that's the main message that should come out of this conference, a lot of optimism about the future and about the struggle of the Palestinian people. I think what was started today as this global alliance is a great thing, that should be continued, we should make sure that it will be successful. And we in Palestine will do everything we can to help all of you in every possible way. Whatever you need from us, please let us know, and we will do it. But I want to ask you, I know it was a short message, I know it was quick, but please do whatever you can to spread the message about Sunday, tomorrow, being a day of hunger strike. It doesn't matter how many people will participate, but it's important that it is known in every country where you are, because this will mean a lot. This will raise the morale of the Palestinian civil society and the people of Gaza. So we would really appreciate efforts to go in that direction. Finally, I want to say something. I want you to know, whatever happens, we as Palestinians will not be broken. Whatever happens, we will not stop struggling. We will not give up. We will not leave our country. And we will succeed. We will overcome with our struggle, but also with your solidarity. This is the main message that should come out and that should be heard. And now, if you allow me, I will read the political statement, the proposed political statement, if you accept it, on behalf of the Global Alliance. On the 26th of July 2025, the inaugural London Conference for Global Alliance for Palestine convened in London, bringing together representatives from over 65 organizations across 25 countries. Political leaders, grassroots movement, and campaigns united in a historic gathering to strengthen global solidarity with the Palestinian struggle. Among the distinguished speakers were Right Honorable Jeremy Corbyn, Jerry Adams, Reverend Frank Ciccani, and Honorable Angelo Ponili, and myself. At this critical moment in history, as the Palestinian people continue to endure occupation, apartheid, siege, and systematic violation of their fundamental rights, we reaffirm our unwavering commitment to their struggle for freedom, justice, self-determination, and the right of return. We honor the resilience of the Palestinian people, particularly those in Gaza, who face relentless military aggression and a brutal siege. Israel's deliberate targeting of civilians, destruction of vital infrastructure, and use of starvation as a weapon constitutes acts of genocide and ethnic cleansing in clear violation of international law. We stand unequivocally in support of Palestinian rights to resist occupation by all legitimate means recognized under international law. We categorically condemn the policies of collective punishment that impose starvation and deprivation of the Palestinian people. Recognizing the urgency of this moment, we acknowledge that our global solidarity movement must become more unified, better coordinated, and strategically focused to influence international policies and hold accountable governments and institutions complicit in these crimes. To this end, we proudly announce the formation of the Global Alliance for Palestine, a global coalition of civil society organizations, advocacy campaigns, academic bodies, parliamentarians, and grassroots movements. The Alliance will unify and amplify solidarity efforts worldwide, particularly targeting Western governments that enable and sustain Israel's systematic abuses while actively supporting Palestinian liberation and self-determination. The Global Alliance is not in competition with any other coalition who work for Palestine and Palestinian rights. It is found on core principle to strengthen political influence, facilitate cooperation and knowledge sharing, defend the right to solidarity, counter criminalization and censorship of Palestinian advocates, confront legal attacks such as anti-BDS legislation, and challenge the undue influence of lobby networks shaping policies and narratives, that dehumanize Palestinians. Grounded in international law and universal human rights, the Global Alliance remains fully independent from governments and political factions, committed to democratic, pluralistic, and accountable action. It complements existing movements by providing a platform for greater coordination and collective impact. We call on all individuals, institutions, and movements committed to justice for Palestine to join the Global Alliance for Palestine and help build a cohesive and powerful international front against occupation, apartheid, genocide, and other war crimes. The Global Alliance for Palestine commits to sustaining and expanding this vital struggle until justice is won and Palestinian liberation and dignity are fully realized. Thank you.